Hello folks, Typhon Carter here, and I bring to you another Smogan Premier League matchup. This is a Week 7 showdown between the Ladybug of the Cryonicles and Crucify of the Stark Sharks. Ladybug did not play last week as PDC was subbing in and filling in for Ladybug, and he was able to win against Malekith, whereas Crucify is coming off of a difficult loss against Void last week where he got pretty unlucky. Ladybug is back in the lineup this week, and I'm excited to see how this turns out. Let's jump right into this. T-Tar lead, Gliscor lead. Tyranitar rocks up, goes first, faster into Gliscor, indicating this is a Scarf Tyranitar. And Gliscor has just got instantly U-turn here, and brings out the Obama Snow. Interesting structure from both these players so far revealed. Scarf Tar as a lead usually indicates this is some kind of bulky build, maybe some kind of stall build, because normally you might have a hard time fitting a rocker, so Scarf Tar guarantees rocks against stuff like Azelf, and then it can also pursuit trap something like a Gengar or a Starmie. Normally if you're running Scarf Tar, you might run something like Crunch Pursuit, Stone Edge, Stealth Rocks. Stone Edge mainly for something like Lead Dragonite, which can be a huge threat to stall in general, so being able to get that turn 1 KO is really, really nice. And the Rotom, typical backbone of a possible stall build. Not guaranteed, but it's a possibility. Crucify's side, like you have the Gliscor and the Obama Snow. This also means that there's probably a Starmie in the back because Obama Snow absolutely needs Rapid Spin support to function. In general, that's one of the major concessions you have to make when operating these kind of teams. So Crucify maybe bringing some kind of Hail Balance or Hail Stall, but we'll find out soon enough. Rotom just opts to Will-O-Wisp, and interesting stand by Crucify. I wonder, does he just not have a Clefable to handle this Rotom? Because if he did, then that's just a very puzzling play. And this Obama Snow showing lefties, and Ladybug's Clefable's just gonna wall it. Wish here. So Wish Protect, maybe knock Seismic Toss, most likely on this kind of build. It actually gives me a lot of similar vibes to BKC's Week 2 team, where it was like T-Tar, Rotom, Clef, Jira, Skarm, and then like Roar, Latios. So that's just like something to consider. And Crucify's Clefable shown to be Calm Mind here, so this tells me there's physical defense investment on this. And Crucify doubles out, anticipating maybe a Tyranitar, and goes to Skarmory to try to catch it. And the Latias showing Roar here. So yeah, no, BKC's Latias also showed Roar. I wonder if Ladybug just straight up ripped a 1-for-1 from BKC's Week 2 squad, but can't say for sure. Starmie is brought out, so not a surprising last. Crucify's full team shown. And this does indeed look like some kind of Hail Stall, with probably a Wish Protect Jirachi with Y Slam Iron Head. The Gliscor, maybe it has taunt, maybe it doesn't. Might be like SE for like a Wincon. Can't say for sure. Starmie brought in to potentially spin Hazards off, but I'll just Surf instead. Maybe trying to catch the Tyranitar on the switch to maybe put some pressure on it. But Gliscor is going to be brought in, and if he has taunt, now's a great time to use it. No, he just U-turns. Probably doesn't have taunt, because again, I feel like that would have been a really good time to click taunt, but might be something like U-turn, Earthquake, Roost with like maybe Knock potentially. That's something to consider. Yeah, like Knock Gliss on this team might work. And yeah, like combine Clefable into a. Okay, yeah, just opposite Thunderbolt, so the CM Clef could be bulky, but it just opposite Thunderbolt, so this tells me it's probably not Volt Beam. It might be like Calm Mind with Thunderbolt Flame. That's a combination that has been seen before on Combine Clef. Maybe it's something, say for example, Combine Bolt with Grass Knot. Actually, no, that's a little too vicious. But yeah, so that's just a few possibilities. And Jirachi Body Slam floods into the Rotom here, and shown to be faster than Rotom. So this Jirachi could be like 308 Jirachi, could be fast Jirachi, or that could be a very slow Rotom. And Latias brought back in again, and this Clefable looking like he can't touch the Lati. And Latias with Calm Mind Roar, so maybe it's something like Calm Mind Roar Recover with Dragon Pulse. And yeah, no, this is not looking great for Crucify because, like, you're just gonna lose this Calm Mind Roar or Roar because of the fact that Lati can just roar you out every time. And you don't have a great way to punish outside the Abomasnow, which I think would have been okay in this matchup if Crucify didn't let it get burned by Wisp. So Crucify probably just kicking himself right now, wondering why he even allowed it to get burned when he had a Clefable in the back too, so that was just really jarring. And like, yeah, I don't even buy the whole, oh, maybe it's Scarf Trick or something, because like, he already showed Scarf Tar. That's that's probably like the main thing. And again, this is a really rough matchup for Crucify here. Calm Mind's up, and this Jirachi will probably wish opts to just Iron Head instead, probably knowing that Ladybug probably doesn't have HP Fire. That's something that Calm Mind Latias on these stall builds sometimes does run. It's mainly, the main reason you will run that is to address the Scizor issue, because Scizor can be a really big pain in the butt, like Scizor plus Mag, for example. Like, that's something that would be really annoying. So like, but here, Tyranitar just crunches the Starmie straight up, and Starmie will live, but it's gonna die to sand damage afterwards by getting all those hazards off. And to be quite frank, I don't think that was worth it at all, for a couple of reasons. One, like, Scarm has so many chances to just heal back up. Like, it can heal on the Gliscor, it can heal on like the Jirachi, and Crucify's own Scarm. So that's like kind of a main issue with that. I don't think it was worth it, but like, to be fair, I kind of get why Crucify stayed in, because of the fact that like, you don't want to get pursued and then like lose the Starmie for absolutely nothing. That said though, this Jirachi coming back in could look to maybe get a paralysis off, but Ladybug's last is in fact a Jirachi. And yeah, this is the same 6 from BKC's Week 2 squad that he used against Laurel. And to be honest, I think there's maybe some slight set modifications, because BKC's Rotom, I remember, had like Substitute off the top of my head. But Ladybug's Rotom just looks to be like pure defensive. And yeah, so the Clef knocks off there, shown to be Wish Protect knock toss. And yeah, Ladybug's just gotta get all these hazards up, and then switches out, has to be wary of Thunderbolt. Again, yeah, so Crucify brought a Clefable that absolutely cannot do anything at the moment to the Latias. And even if it had Ice Beam, it's just like, why would you not click at any point? So I don't buy it. If it's like maybe Flamethrower, maybe it's Grass Knot, maybe like something else like that, I'm not sure. Can't say for sure, but yeah, so we got a long one here. And Clefable Calm Mind's up. Ladybug's just gonna start going for Iron Head flinches. Again, I don't know about this one, Chief. When you have a Latias that Crucify has proven that his Clefable cannot seem to touch, I don't know if I buy it going for this early. Like, you don't have to do this. But I get it, I guess, because if you flinch this Clefable down, then it just makes the game a lot easier for you. And Crucify here gets another Calm Mind up, but yeah, Ladybug just ditches out and finally just goes back to his Latias. I'm like, I don't know about that because you just wasted like so much Iron Head PP. You did not need to. And yeah, so Jiro is brought back out on Crucify's end, looking to try to keep the Lottie in check. And Crucify just Iron Heading, gets nothing. Another spike goes up, and remember, the Starmie is dead, so these hazards are here to stay. And yeah, I actually got through Iron Head paralysis twice. And it's gonna get roared out into this Gliscor, but to be frank, I don't think this Gliscor is doing much of anything. Because it has shown no taunt. Like, I get not running taunt on Gliscor here because of a fear. Oh my god, Crucify's Jirachi is Rest Sleep Talk Jirachi. I'm not a fan of that set, to be honest. Like, I get the idea. You use it as like sleep, or like as a way to play around Breloom's 4, so that you're not completely helpless, and you have a dedicated sleep sack. That's kind of the point of it, and Tyranitar goes down to hazards damage, but yeah, my thing with Rest Talk Jirachi is just like, dude, when you are running that, the idea to me is that you run it so that you are not completely helpless, but it just feels like it's not the best use of Jirachi, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this team could have used like the Wish support, but I get it, it's like your team isn't the most steady against Breloom, so I kind of understand it. I just don't love it. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, so Sleep Talks gets consecutive Iron Head flinches, but the hail on being permanent now is kind of working against Crucify's Jirachi because of the fact that, like, you know, the Steel types are gonna get perma-chipped. It's the idea is that you make Clefable even more unstoppable or harder to deal with. So that's kind of the main point. But again, man, I'm not a huge fan. And yeah, Ladybug just got Calm Mind up, and yeah, so Crucify finally gets the para. Like, if you're gonna throw out that many Thunderbolts, at some point you're probably gonna get it. And Dragon Pulses, and the Scarf dies to hail chip damage, but the Latias being parent now means that Jirachi can try to do its nonsense with Iron Head, and lo and behold, we're seeing it here in live action, baby. Well, maybe not live action, but yeah, so Scarf kind of takes nothing from this. The Fable's brought in on the rest turn. If you can get the knockoff now, like, it's a great chance, but no. Didn't knock there, probably just want to have an insurance against the Jirachi more than anything. And Latias is going to get some health back on that Wish. And Ladybug pivots to Scarm again, just trying to work around this Jirachi. The good news is that there's like 16 PP for rest, and you get the PP stall a little bit more effectively, especially because both teams don't have ways to remove hazards, so you're going to get some guaranteed progress, and Dropek is shown on this Skarmory. You're getting a little bit of progress here and there. Long-term game plan for Crucify is, I think he's just, what Crucify needs to do to win here is he needs to kind of find a situation, maybe wear down Ladybug's team just enough, right? So once you do that, then you can try to force a situation where your last mon Clefable can hopefully get the job done. That's probably the game. That's probably the end game. Like if I'm crucified, this is what I'm aiming for. This is my best shot to win. Now you do have to work around Ladybug's own Jirachi, but you can still get that para, then you might be okay. So that's the thing that you want to think about here. As for Ladybug, you want to kind of make sure you have enough resources to be able to deal with this Clefable when the time comes, because you are going to inevitably run into a situation where you absolutely need to like deal with last month Clefable. That's probably what you're thinking about. If you're Ladybug, you want to think about that end game scenario. Like if you're playing a long game like this, you're looking at a case of like, okay, yeah, what does my opponent have to do, and what do I have to avoid doing that can potentially lose me the game? And yeah, so kind of a bit of a boring loop, if you want to call it that, but Lottie getting some full paras, and again, this Clefable has shown that it cannot touch Latias that well, and Crucify might be able to sneak one in if you can get a couple more paras or critical. And he's almost there. 11%. Okay, yeah, right at the last possible moment, Ladybug is able to recover and prevent a catastrophic outcome, to say the least. It's back to full health, and it can just safely roar or get Calm Minds up. Yeah, that works too, to be quite frank. Gliscor brought out Clefable back in. Gliscor brought out again. If you're Ladybug, maybe consider roaring here. Or just depulsing. Either one is viable. Yes, the Calm Mind's up, and again, Crucify can't match this Latias blow for blow because of the fact that Lottie has Roar. And another full para here. Whew. Gliscor doing a 26% of that U-turn. And, ooh, not a great scenario to be in. And yeah, so Ladybug will fight through the paralysis to at least get himself back up to a pretty healthy Lottie. They're 20-ish%, mid-20s damage. And Ladybug's Latias is at +4. And Roar is out here, so if he gets another Roar, then the Gliscor is functionally dead. And he will do just that. So it's effectively a 5 versus 2 game now. And yeah, full para there doesn't really matter. And Ladybug's extremely far ahead, but I don't think it matters too much because, again, if you're Ladybug, you want to try to minimize the possibility of Clefable just kind of running you over Calm Minds, right? That's the main thing. Yeah, this Jirachi is doing its Iron Head things and brings out the Clefable on purpose. Yeah, so Crucify realizes that, hey, look, I'm just going to probably sack this Jirachi and force a last month Clefable endgame. And Ladybug's Clefable knocks off the leftovers off Jirachi, and Jirachi's going to go down. And now we have a last Pokemon situation with Calm Mind Clefable. Now, Latias can technically win this 1v1 too, but the other route to consider is going for a Jirachi endgame to try and Iron Head your way through this Clefable. It's kind of like your last ditch effort. And oh, that is not ideal. This Clefable is going to get up to +6. And now the Clefable is going to try to fish for some critical hits. Doesn't get this one. Again, nothing doing here. And yeah, again, like if you're Crucify, you're just fishing for crits. But even if you brute force past this Lanias, you still have to get through the Jirachi. Now, if you're able to get through the Jirachi, then Crucify can win the game. That's how he can win this. But yeah, Ladybug just trying to make the Clefable waste as much PP as possible. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of full paras here. Covers. Attack full. Okay, so the last is in fact Flamethrower. Flamethrower again. So yeah, Crucify just trying to play around this PP situation. Full para again. I mean, yeah, you can say that full paras are also benefiting Ladybug in a way because you're also kind of getting, like, not burning PP on certain turns, but yeah, the important. Ooh. Yeah, Ladybug's had a couple close calls with the full para luck. And 94%, so. Oh, that is ugly. Okay, there's a crit. Crucify could actually brute force past this Latias now. It's a real possibility. Yeah, so the Flamethrower crit not gonna do enough, but oh no. Double crit. But the Ladybug has one last shot to salvage this. Yeah, he's got the Iron Head flinch his way past this last Pokemon Jirachi, and if Crucify can get past this, then Crucify just wins. Straight up. But crits here, flinches, and that's gonna do it. Ladybug walks away with this, and he is going to move on to 3-3 this season. Crucify with another loss. This is his second week in a row that he has lost. But has still had an okay season so far, but talk about a grinder. A 144 turn game between Ladybug and Crucify that concludes in a endgame scenario where Crucify got the luck that he needed to get past the Latias. However, he was not able to get said luck against Ladybug, mostly because he couldn't find a way to para the Jirachi. So the Jirachi, being unaffected with no status afflicted, was able to Iron Head flinch its way past the Clefable. That was a deranged endgame, not gonna lie. But seeing Crucify pull up Hailstorm against Ladybug feels kind of ironic, given Ladybug is most known for running Hailstorm back in the day when they were much more active. That being said, though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.